Have you ever wondered why some people wake up and seem to attract purpose while others wake up and chase problems all day? The answer is not hidden in luck. It is hidden in the very first words you speak, before the world speaks to you. Before your phone tells you who you should be, before fear reminds you of yesterday, before doubt whispers that nothing will change, your future is listening to your morning. Every sunrise places an invisible microphone in front of your heart, waiting to hear whether you will announce victory or surrender. If you keep repeating yesterday's fears, tomorrow will keep looking exactly the same. But if you begin each morning with words that align your mind with purpose, your life starts moving in a completely different direction. Today, make one decision. Refuse to let your first conversation be with anxiety. Let your first conversation be with your destiny. Every morning is a doorway. Most people walk through it carrying the heavy luggage of regret, disappointment, failure, and fear. They replay old conversations, remember old mistakes, and expect old results. Then they wonder why nothing changes. You cannot enter a new day while dragging yesterday behind you. Every sunrise offers a fresh opportunity, but opportunity only becomes reality when your thinking changes before your circumstances do. The phrase you repeat each morning is not magic, it is a declaration of direction. When you tell yourself, "Today I will walk in purpose, today I will become the person I was created to be," your mind begins searching for opportunities instead of excuses. Your attention shifts away from obstacles and toward possibilities. The words you speak become instructions for your thoughts, and your thoughts become instructions for your actions. Imagine two people waking up on the same morning. One says, "Life is hard, nothing ever works for me." The other says, "Today I will grow, learn, and move closer to my purpose." Both face the same weather, the same traffic, and the same challenges. Yet by sunset, they have experienced completely different days. The difference was never the circumstances. The difference was the conversation they had with themselves before the day began. Your future self is waiting for the decisions you make this morning. Speak life before fear speaks. Speak faith before doubt speaks. Speak purpose before distractions arrive. Every extraordinary life begins with ordinary mornings lived intentionally. Tomorrow is not created tomorrow. It is created by what you choose to believe and declare when your eyes first open today. The greatest battles you will ever fight are not fought in crowded rooms, busy offices, or public places. They are fought in the quiet moments when nobody is watching. The first few minutes after you wake up determine who will lead your day. Will your emotions become your master, or will your purpose become your guide? Most people surrender before they even leave their bed. They open their eyes, reach for their phone, compare their lives to someone else's success, and unknowingly give away their peace before breakfast. Then they wonder why they feel exhausted, distracted, and unmotivated. The day did not defeat them. They surrendered control before the day even began. Every successful life is built on invisible habits. People admire the results, but rarely notice the routine. They celebrate confidence without seeing the mornings filled with discipline. They applaud courage without recognizing the quiet decisions that strengthened it. They respect achievement without understanding the countless mornings when someone chose purpose over comfort. What appears to be overnight success is often the reward for years of intentional mornings. Think about an architect preparing to build a magnificent structure. Before a single brick is placed, there must be a blueprint. Without one, every wall becomes uncertain, every measurement becomes guesswork, and eventually the building collapses under its own confusion. Your morning words are the blueprint for your day. If your blueprint is filled with fear, your actions will reflect fear. If your blueprint is filled with confidence, discipline, and expectation, your actions will begin moving in that direction. This is why your first phrase matters. Stand up and declare, "Today I choose purpose over excuses. I choose discipline over comfort. I choose faith over fear. I choose growth over regret." Speak these words until they become stronger than your emotions. Your feelings may change from day to day, but your commitment must remain steady. Discipline is not waiting until you feel inspired. Discipline is acting correctly, even when inspiration has not yet arrived. Remember the seed planted beneath the ground. For a long time, nothing appears to happen. People walk across the soil, believing it is empty. Yet underneath, roots are growing, preparing for a future nobody can see. Your daily declarations work the same way. At first, the results may seem invisible, but every intentional morning is strengthening the roots of your character. One day, the growth will become impossible to ignore. When others call you lucky, you will know the truth. Your future was shaped by the words, choices, and discipline you repeated every single morning before the world ever noticed. Most people spend their lives waiting for a perfect moment, but the perfect moment has been waiting for them all along. It arrives every single morning, quietly knocking on the door of your life. The question is not whether opportunity exists. The question is whether you are awake enough to recognize it. Every sunrise carries possibilities that yesterday could never offer. Yet many people never see them because they begin the day looking backward instead of forward. They replay failures, relive disappointments, and rehearse fears until those thoughts become the script for the entire day. If you keep reading from yesterday's script, you will never perform tomorrow's story. The phrase you speak each morning is more than encouragement. It is a reminder of your identity. Say to yourself, I was created with purpose. Today, I will think clearly, act boldly, and finish what I start. These words do not erase challenges, but they prepare you to face them differently. A person who knows where they are going is not easily distracted by every obstacle on the road. Storms may slow them down, but they cannot steal their destination. Picture a ship leaving the harbor. The ocean is unpredictable. Waves rise without warning. Winds change direction. Dark clouds appear when the sky once looked clear. Yet the captain does not panic, because the destination was decided before the journey began. Every adjustment is made with that destination in mind. Your morning declaration is like setting the compass before the voyage. Challenges may come, but they no longer decide your direction. Your purpose does. Many people confuse activity with progress. They stay busy from sunrise to sunset, answering messages, attending meetings, solving other people's problems, and chasing endless distractions. At the end of the day, they are exhausted, but they have moved no closer to the life they truly desire. Being busy is not the same as being productive. Movement is not the same as progress. Purpose gives meaning to every step. Without purpose, even hard work can become an endless circle leading nowhere. Your future self is depending on the decisions you make before the world demands your attention. Protect those first moments of the day. Fill them with gratitude instead of complaints. Fill them with vision instead of confusion. Fill them with courage instead of fear. Every morning is a fresh invitation to become stronger, wiser, and more disciplined than you were yesterday. Do not underestimate the power of a single repeated phrase. Mountains are not moved in one moment. They are moved one faithful step at a time. The life you dream about is not waiting at the end of some day. It is being built by the words you choose to believe and speak every morning, starting today. There will come a morning when nothing around you looks different, yet everything inside you has changed. That is the moment most people fail to recognize. Real transformation rarely announces itself with fireworks. It begins in silence. It begins when your thoughts stop agreeing with your excuses. It begins when your words become stronger than your fears. The world may still see the same person, but your future has already started taking shape. Never underestimate the invisible victories that happen before anyone applauds them. The strongest foundations are built beneath the surface, long before the building rises for everyone to admire. Every person carries two voices within. One whispers, "Stay comfortable. You can start tomorrow. You are not ready." The other says, "Stand up. Today is your opportunity. Take one more step." The voice that grows louder is the one you feed every morning. If you repeatedly nourish fear, fear becomes your master. If you consistently nourish courage, courage becomes your habit. Your destiny is influenced more by your daily conversations with yourself than by the opinions of strangers. Imagine a sculptor standing before a massive block of stone. To everyone else, it is only a rock. But the sculptor already sees the masterpiece hidden inside. With every strike of the hammer, another piece falls away. The work appears slow, Some days the changes are barely noticeable. Yet each careful movement brings the hidden masterpiece closer to reality. Your daily declarations work the same way. Every intentional morning chips away at doubt, laziness, insecurity, and distraction, until the person you were meant to become begins to emerge. Do not become discouraged because progress feels small. Great achievements are rarely born from dramatic moments. They are created through consistent decisions, repeated with unwavering commitment. Every morning you choose discipline over delay, gratitude over complaint, learning over comfort, and purpose over distraction. You strengthen the character that success depends upon. Character is not built when life is easy. It is built when you choose the right response, even when every emotion encourages the opposite. Speak this truth before your feet touch the floor. Today, I will become better than yesterday. I will not be controlled by fear. I will not surrender to excuses. I will honor my purpose with every choice I make. Let these words settle deeply into your heart until they shape your actions naturally. Remember, your future self is not asking you for perfection. Your future self is asking for consistency. Every sunrise is another opportunity to carve away the habits holding you back and reveal the strength already placed within you. One faithful morning becomes another. One disciplined day becomes another. And before you realize it, the life you once imagined has quietly become the life you now live. Every morning, life asks you one question that no one else can answer for you. Who will be in control today? Will your circumstances write your story, or will your decisions write it? Most people believe they need more money, better opportunities, or the perfect connections before their lives can change. But the greatest breakthrough does not begin in your bank account, your workplace, or your environment. It begins in your mind. The moment you decide that your purpose is greater than your excuses, you stop waiting for life to happen and start creating the future you were meant to live. There is a powerful difference between reacting to life and leading it. Those who react spend every day putting out fires, chasing problems, and allowing other people's opinions to determine their mood. Those who lead begin the day with intention. They decide what they will believe before doubt arrives. They decide what they will focus on before distractions appear. They decide who they will become before the world tries to tell them who they should be. Leadership always starts with self-leadership, and self-leadership begins with your first thoughts and your first words each morning. Think about an athlete preparing for the biggest competition of a lifetime. The victory is not earned on the day of the event. It is earned during the mornings when no audience is watching. It is earned through the decision to train while others sleep, to practice while others complain, and to improve while others make excuses. When the moment of opportunity finally arrives, the athlete does not suddenly become prepared. The athlete simply reveals the preparation that has been happening all along. Your future works exactly the same way. Every disciplined morning is preparing you for opportunities you cannot yet see. That is why your daily declaration must become a commitment instead of a routine. Stand confidently and say, "Today I will act with wisdom. I will speak with confidence. I will serve with excellence. I will finish what I begin. I will become the person my future deserves." These are not empty words. They are promises you make to yourself, and every promise you keep strengthens your confidence. Confidence is not built by wishing for success. Confidence is built by repeatedly proving to yourself that your actions match your words. Never forget that your future self is watching the choices you make today. One morning of discipline may seem insignificant, but hundreds of disciplined mornings create extraordinary lives. Every sunrise gives you another chance to think differently, speak differently, and act differently. Do not waste that gift by repeating yesterday's limitations. Speak with purpose, walk with conviction, and live with unwavering determination. The future you dream about is not created by one spectacular moment. It is created by ordinary mornings filled with extraordinary commitment, one faithful decision after another, until greatness becomes your new normal. There is a version of you that already exists in possibility. That person is stronger than your fears, wiser than your doubts, calmer under pressure, and disciplined when others quit. The only question is whether you will continue feeding the old version of yourself or begin strengthening the one that is capable of carrying your purpose. Every morning is a choice between those two identities. One seeks comfort, the other seeks growth. One waits for perfect conditions, the other creates progress regardless of conditions. The future belongs to the person you decide to become before the day even begins. Too many people mistake comfort for peace. Comfort asks you to avoid challenges, delay difficult decisions, and settle for what feels familiar. Peace is different. Peace comes from knowing that you are moving in the right direction, even when the journey demands sacrifice. Growth has never been comfortable. A seed must break before it becomes a tree. Iron must endure fire before it becomes strong. Gold must be refined before it shines. If everything in your life always feels easy, you may not be growing. The moments that stretch you are often the moments that prepare you for the life you have been praying to experience. Picture an eagle standing at the edge of a cliff. A storm begins to gather. Smaller birds rush to hide because they fear the wind. The eagle does something different. It spreads its wings and rises into the very storm that others avoid. The powerful winds that frighten the smaller birds become the force that lifts the eagle higher than before. Your challenges can work the same way. They can either become the excuse that keeps you grounded or the opportunity that teaches you how to rise. The difference is determined by your mindset before the battle begins. That is why your morning declaration should carry confidence instead of hesitation. Say with conviction, "Today I will rise above every obstacle. I will learn from every challenge. I will refuse to surrender to fear. I will become stronger through every experience. I was not created to merely survive this day. I was created to make this day meaningful." Repeat those words until they become part of your character. Character is built through repetition, not emotion. Your habits eventually become your identity, and your identity shapes your future. Never measure your progress only by what you can see. Some of the greatest changes happen beneath the surface, where no applause exists. Every disciplined morning strengthens your patience. Every courageous decision deepens your confidence. Every faithful step prepares you for responsibilities you cannot yet imagine. One day people will admire your success without realizing it was built long before they noticed it. They will see the fruit, but not the roots, the victory, but not the preparation, the confidence, but not the countless mornings when you chose purpose over comfort. Keep choosing wisely, because every sunrise is quietly building the person your future has been waiting to meet. The difference between an ordinary life and an extraordinary life is often found in the small decisions people ignore. It is not always one giant opportunity that changes everything. Sometimes it is one morning where you decide to stop making excuses. Sometimes it is one moment where you choose discipline instead of distraction. Sometimes it is one sentence you repeat until your mind finally believes it. The greatest transformations often begin with the smallest commitments. Never underestimate the power of a single decision made with complete determination. Your mind is like a garden. Every thought you plant, every word you repeat, and every belief you accept becomes a seed. Some seeds produce confidence, courage, and creativity. Other seeds produce fear, doubt, and limitation. The gardener who ignores the garden should not be surprised when weeds take over. In the same way, if you do not intentionally protect your thoughts, the world will plant fears inside you without permission. That is why your morning moments are so valuable. Before the noise of the world enters, you have the opportunity to plant the right seeds. Start your day by reminding yourself, "I am responsible for the direction of my life. My past does not control my future. My mistakes do not define my identity. Today I will learn, improve, and move forward with purpose." These words create a foundation for action. They do not mean every problem will disappear. They mean you will no longer approach problems as a defeated person. You will approach them as someone who believes there is always a way to grow. Consider a person learning to walk. A child does not take one step, fall down, and decide that walking is impossible. The child falls, learns, adjusts, and tries again. Failure is not interpreted as the end. It is interpreted as part of the process. Somewhere along the way, many adults lose this mindset. They experience rejection, disappointment, or mistakes, and allow those moments to convince them that they are incapable. But failure is not a final destination. It is information. It teaches you what needs to improve and where you need to become stronger. Your future self will not judge you by the times you struggled. Your future self will honor the moments when you refused to quit. The person you become is shaped by the choices you make when things are difficult. Anyone can move forward when everything is easy. True growth happens when you continue despite uncertainty. Every morning gives you another opportunity to choose resilience, choose courage, choose responsibility, choose progress. Remember, your life is not transformed by one perfect day. It is transformed by imperfect days where you continue showing up. The person you want to become is built through consistency. So tomorrow morning, before the world demands your attention, give yourself a powerful reminder. You are still growing, you are still becoming, and you are still capable of creating a future greater than your past. Keep speaking purpose over your life, because the words you repeat today are helping create the reality you will experience tomorrow. The greatest limitation many people face is not a lack of ability. It is a lack of belief. They carry incredible potential, but they have spent so many years listening to fear that they no longer recognize their own strength. They allow past mistakes to become permanent labels. They allow temporary failures to become lifelong identities. They allow other people's opinions to become the boundaries of their future. But you were never meant to live trapped inside a story written by someone else. Every morning gives you the opportunity to rewrite the next chapter with courage, wisdom, and purpose. The person you are today is the result of countless decisions, thoughts, and habits. But the person you become tomorrow will be created by the decisions you make from this moment forward. Your past may explain where you have been, but it does not have the authority to decide where you are going. A new direction can begin with a new mindset. A new mindset can begin with a new declaration. And a new declaration can begin the moment you open your eyes each morning. Tell yourself, I am not controlled by yesterday. I am not limited by my current circumstances. I have the ability to grow, adapt, and overcome. Today I will use my time wisely and honor the purpose placed within me. When you repeat these words with belief, you begin training your mind to search for solutions instead of surrendering to problems. You begin noticing opportunities that were always there, but hidden behind negative thinking. Imagine a person carrying a heavy backpack filled with stones. Each stone represents a regret, a fear, or a painful memory. At first, carrying the weight feels normal because they have carried it for so long, but every step becomes harder. Every journey becomes more exhausting. Then one day, they decide to remove one stone at a time. The journey does not instantly become easy, but with each stone removed, they discover they have more strength than they realized. Your morning practice is that moment of release. Each positive declaration removes another weight that has been holding you back. Growth requires honesty. You must recognize the habits that are keeping you small. You must identify the thoughts that are stealing your confidence. You must be willing to leave behind the comfort of who you were to embrace the responsibility of who you can become. Change is not about becoming someone completely different. It is about removing the things that hide the best version of yourself. Your future is waiting for your commitment, not your temporary excitement, not your emotional motivation that disappears when challenges arrive. Your future needs consistency. It needs the person who wakes up every day and says, I will keep moving forward. I will keep learning. I will keep becoming better. The world changes when ordinary people make extraordinary commitments to growth. So tomorrow morning, remember this. Your first words have power because they reveal what you are choosing to believe. Speak with intention. Walk with confidence. Take action with courage. The future version of you is being built through every choice you make today. Make choices that your future self will be proud to remember. There comes a point in every journey when you must stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? The difference between these two questions can change your entire life. One keeps you focused on problems, The other opens your mind to possibilities. Challenges are not always signs that you are moving in the wrong direction. Sometimes they are evidence that you are being prepared for something greater. Every difficulty carries a lesson, and every lesson carries the potential for growth. The strongest people are not those who never face storms. They are the ones who learn how to stand when storms arrive. They understand that pressure can produce strength. They understand that obstacles can develop wisdom. They understand that difficult seasons can reveal abilities they never knew they possessed. A diamond is created under pressure. A strong tree develops deeper roots when it must withstand powerful winds. In the same way, your character is strengthened when you continue moving forward despite challenges. Your morning words can become the anchor that keeps you steady. Before the day begins, remind yourself, I will not allow temporary situations to control my permanent vision. I will respond with wisdom. I will move with patience. I will use every challenge as a chance to become stronger. These words prepare your mind for reality. They do not promise a life without difficulties. They prepare you to face difficulties with a different attitude. Think about a mountain climber preparing to reach the highest peak. The climber does not begin the journey believing the path will be easy. They know there will be exhaustion, cold temperatures, steep climbs, and moments of uncertainty. But the vision of reaching the summit gives them strength to continue. Every difficult step becomes meaningful because it is connected to a greater purpose. Your goals require the same commitment. If your vision is strong enough, temporary struggles will not stop you. Many people quit because they compare their beginning to someone else's middle. They see another person's success, but ignore the years of preparation behind it. They see the achievement, but not the sacrifices. They see the confidence, but not the battles that built it. Never allow someone else's timeline to make you doubt your own journey. Growth is not a race against others. Growth is a commitment to becoming better than you were yesterday. Your future self is silently cheering for every step you take today. That future version of you knows every sacrifice will matter. Every early morning, every difficult choice, every moment when you chose discipline over comfort is creating a stronger foundation. The life you desire is not built by waiting for circumstances to change. It is built by changing yourself while circumstances are still challenging. When you wake up tomorrow, remember that you are not just beginning another day. You are continuing the process of becoming. Speak words that strengthen your spirit. Think thoughts that expand your possibilities. Take actions that honor your purpose. The person you are becoming is worth the effort. Keep moving forward, because every intentional morning is bringing you closer to the future you have imagined. The greatest gift you can give your future self is not a promise that everything will be easy. It is a commitment that you will continue becoming no matter what challenges appear along the way. Life will test your patience. Unexpected situations will come. There will be moments when progress feels slow and moments when the results are not visible. But never forget this truth. The person who refuses to quit will eventually become stronger than the obstacles standing in their path. Every morning you wake up, you are given a new opportunity to choose your direction. Yesterday may have contained mistakes, disappointments, and missed opportunities, but today is a fresh page. You do not have to carry old limitations into a new day. You can choose new thoughts. You can create new habits. You can build a new future through the decisions you make in the present moment. Before you step into tomorrow, make this declaration over your life. I choose purpose. I choose growth. I choose discipline. I choose to believe that my actions today are creating a better tomorrow. I will not allow fear to control my decisions. I will not allow failure to define my identity. I will continue learning, improving, and becoming the person I was meant to be. Remember, your words are seeds, your habits are the water, and your actions are the sunlight that allows those seeds to grow. You cannot plant negativity every morning and expect a powerful future to appear. You cannot constantly speak defeat and expect confidence to develop. The future you desire requires a mindset that matches the person you want to become. Look back at the journey you have traveled. Think about the moments when you felt weak but continued anyway. Think about the times you faced uncertainty but still took another step. Those moments were not wasted, they were building your strength. They were preparing you for responsibilities, opportunities, and victories that require a stronger version of you. The world does not need a perfect person. It needs a committed person, someone who learns, someone who grows, someone who wakes up each morning determined to make progress. Greatness is not created in one dramatic moment. It is created through thousands of small choices repeated with dedication. So tomorrow morning, before distractions enter your mind, remember the power of your first words. Speak hope, speak courage, speak purpose. Remind yourself that you are not finished. Your story is still being written. Your potential is still expanding. Your best days are not behind you, they are ahead of you. And if this message helped you see your mornings differently, do not stop here. Continue building your mindset, continue seeking wisdom, and continue surrounding yourself with messages that challenge you to grow. Share this with someone who needs a reminder that their future is worth fighting for. Subscribe and return for more powerful lessons that help you become stronger, wiser, and more intentional every single day. Your future self is waiting. Start becoming that person today.